Welcome to the show, Ballbusters 103. As usual, if you'd like to support this channel, there are PayPal and Patreon links in the info box below. A lot of the usual suspects won't be here today, folks. This was sort of a last-minute thing. So the distinguished Nathan Oakley and Adam Meakin, they had already made plans, so they won't be here with us today. We'll see if we can't muddle our way through without them, but we miss you guys. Like I said, I was eating dinner last night, and I took a gander over at the calendar, and I looked at the next 2 Saturdays, and they were full up with archery, some archery competitions, and I said, I think I need to do a Ballbusters, right? Because I don't want any disgruntled employees, Neil. So I figured, let's go ahead and roll with a Ballbusters. Like I said, we'll see what we can't scare up here. We do have some people in Discord that I'm not looking at right now. My MC for today is going to be Brian. What's happening, Brian? Brian's Logic.
Hello, everyone. Hey, Kiwi. Yeah, thanks for having me in.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's a success.
If it's not, we'll get over it. We got Arwen just bounced on in here. What's up? What's going on, Arwen?
Hey, hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Nice impromptu Ballbusters. Looking forward to it.
Cool. We have Flatsy Klein here from 24/7, and she's been here before. She was trolling my chat long before that. What's up, Flatsy?
What's up? What's up?
The sky. Neil, you better come off mute.
He never talks.
I'm trying.
Then Brian rumpused you.
How you doing, Kiwi? Thanks.
I'm doing good.
Let's
I did this more or less for you, so I can keep you off my back for at least a week or so.
Yes, I agree.
All right, let me roll on. Like I said, we'll see what we can't scare up. I do have a video. I snatched up a video of Master D. It was one of the videos that people populate in there so Nathan could do the treatment on them. And I pulled the first one. I said, okay, I'm going to hit the first one. It seems short. I took a look at the time. It was only like 4 or 5 minutes, somewhere in that vicinity. So we'll go through that today. We'll see where we get here in a few minutes, but we'll just see what's happening out there in flat Earth. I've been out there. I've gone back to not my roots, but I've been frequenting 24/7, and it's been a real hoot, I have to say. It's a little aggravating because you get a lot of 2015 arguments, 2014, that stuff back there. So you got to put up with that, and newer people coming in, but you get some smart asses that come in too that think they're all that in a bag of chips. And we were just talking about one last night. He came in, he thought he was all that, and somebody asked him for his proof of his globetard, and the first thing he said, I was just keeping quiet, I was doing something else. I figured it was going to be the usual boats over the horizon, but no, this clown brought up triangles. I said, oh, God, I almost fell over myself trying to get to the mute button. And I said, you bring up triangles for a friggin' globetard? I said, are you insane? So I said, what's it that, after I told him, about elevation angles and such, and he said, well, I got the proof. So he said and then posted a spherical triangle. And I said, can you define a triangle? And I'd like that with citation, please. So he struggled with that, and, no name calling, but more, rhetoric in between. But finally, he got the citation. It was from some numpty source. But it wasn't that the citation was wrong. It was just incomplete. So I said, I'll just go ahead and post them for you since you don't know what a triangle is as an adult, right? And it pointed out that it was a 3-sided polygon, 3 straight sides, but the most important property of a triangle, as everyone knows, is the angle sum property. It must equal 180 degrees. But of course, he posted his spherical triangle, and it was 230 degrees, the sum of all its angles, and I'm sitting there, can you read the citation what a triangle is, and then go ahead and tell everyone what the sum of the angles is in your triangle? I told him more or less that doesn't matter what adjectives you put in front of the principle, like spherical, triangle. See, that's a paradox because there can't be more than 180 degrees in a freaking triangle because a triangle is equal to 180 degrees. It's just as simple as that, So adjectives aren't going to help you. They'll train wreck you more than anything else. And he just wouldn't tell me. I must have asked him about 5-6 times before I started getting really agitated on what's the sum of the angles in this triangle. So anyway, they put him on mute, and I went out, cleaned the kitchen. Is what I do. I have chores that I had to take care of. And I came back, and he's off mute talking a whole bunch of smack again. I said, what the hell's going on in here? And then I said, the heck with this. Let's start. He couldn't get just the remedial stuff, right? So I said, the heck with it. Let's start off with the basics. And I said, what are your ABCs? And he says, in front of everyone, what do you mean? So that's where it just went downhill, obviously, after that. I mean, everyone lost it. But that's the sort of stuff you can get because I needed that, to lighten things up, spruce up the evening. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he a 230-degree triangle. Like, how does that work?
Yeah,
Is he just really bad at adding numbers?
Yeah, no, it had 2 90s in it. And I said, I like that triangle. You better not post another angle that's 0.0001 an angle because then you're screwed.
Well, even at that, his triangle is wrong. Because like a spherical triangle where 2 of the angles are already both 90 degrees, then the third one has to be 90 degrees as well. It must add up to 390s. Do you know what I mean? 270 or whatever, isn't it? It has to. It can't be 290s and something else. So if he said 230, he was wrong.
I think he had 2 90s and a 50. I think, or 2 90s and a 30. I can't remember. Added up to 230. Doesn't matter. As soon as I seen the 2 90s, I was, tear jerking, belly laughing.
Well, that's the thing about these spherical triangles. No, they're not triangles. They're not real, right?
Yeah.
They're only a mathematical fantasy, really, all they are. But the main thing about them that shows that that they're not real is you can't define them. As in, there's no set amount of degrees that has to be always there for something to be called a spherical triangle. It can have any amount of degrees.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And clear, you know what I mean? I don't think it can have a 180 though. I don't know if they could come up with a spherical triangle that will have 180. They probably can. It'll always have to have something other than 180, and there's no set amount. So how can you define that?
Can't.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Flatsy. You want to say something? Bunch of guys in here just roll right over you.
No, it's okay. It's like you question whether he was swapping over to a polygon.
Yeah, I asked him about the polygon and stuff. Yeah. It didn't work out too well for him. Hey, refracted curvature. Sorry, Flatsy. Refracted curvature. How long has it been since you've been in here?
I usually can't make it on the weekends, but my wife had to work, so I got stuck at home with the kids.
It's party time.
Yeah, I heard y'all talking about spherical triangles. Are you talking about using straight lines to define a curve? Because that's how you make a spherical triangle.
Yeah, they weren't straight either. I didn't get that far, man. Yeah, obviously they weren't straight. So he kind of skipped over. I can't remember exactly. I should have copied his citation because it was a real belly laugher. It was so vague, right, that you could you could put a beach ball in that definition. It'd be a triangle, right? That's how vague it was. So I didn't get to the straight line. Maybe eventually later on in the night I did, but we didn't get there after the ABCs. It was all over.
I have yet to get any one of our opposition to define how a spherical triangle is created. I've yet to find one of them. Now, I'm not saying none of them know, but very few of them know how you create a spherical triangle. They don't realize it can't be measured. It's not a measurement. You can't measure it in reality.
Right.
You can't measure a spherical triangle on the Earth. It's purely mathematical from a central point. And they think it's non-Euclidean. No, it's created by Euclidean. You can't make it without Euclidean. There's no such thing as non-Euclidean. That doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's paradox. Is what it is. You can't do it unless the only way you could do it is to redefine a triangle.
Yeah.
Then it's not a triangle.
Then it's not exact. Well, it would be. You can't do it. Listen, I'm just saying that you'd have to read it. You can't do that. I mean, triangle's a triangle, man. It's just an axiom. You know what I'm saying? I guess you could change it, but this is preposterous, ludicrousness, absurdity, dudes, that we're going down. But yeah, I thought I'd share that. That's what type of stuff that I'm getting.
Well, the word angle makes it impossible for it to be anything but have three straight sides. An angle is defined by two straight lines meeting at a vertex.
Sure.
There's no, so there is vertexes in what they call a spherical triangle, but they're not angles. You can't, you know what I mean? You need to use straight lines to even make an angle out of them. You need to make them straight to get even.
So what you're saying, they would not only have to redefine the triangle, they would have to redefine what an angle is.
Yeah, it would have to be not what it is.
Yeah, you're right.
And one of the ways they try to confuse that is changing the word from to to. And then they draw straight lines to curves and forget that they're supposed to be getting an angle from a curve.
Yes, that's another thing. Yeah. There's so many faux pas, man. They're hard to count. I can't keep up with them all.
The stupid is coming hard and fast.
Sure is.
Like a pyroclastic flow.
I just seen one of those, man. I was watching what was that documentary on not disasters. It had another name, extreme weather, something like that. But tornadoes, hurricanes. Then one was earthquakes, and one had pyroclastic flow where it was coming down a mountain. Right? I think it was some type of jungle or something. And people were standing on the bridge, and it kept on coming down. They were a little bit further back, about 150, 200 meters back away from the bridge. And then it turned in their direction, and they all said, "Oh, no." And they all start running, and they got to the Jeep, all jumped in, and it's coming hard at them, boy. And they're sort of, you could hear the Jeep turn over, but he must have flooded it or something. And then they all started freaking out. I would too, man. I was like, get this thing.
They're lucky to get out alive.
Pyroclastic
flow is one of the most dangerous natural disasters that can happen.
Yeah.
Besides, what is it again? Like a mudslide. That's even more dangerous because that's like a living. What do you call it again? Wet sand? No, where you sink in.
Quicksand.
Quicksand.
Yeah, it's like a giant quicksand. Everything becomes quicksand when that happens.
I don't know, man. That pyroclastic, that scared the daylights out of me, man. I was watching it.
Yeah, because it's just a wall of explosions. It just rip everything. Terrible.
They did get away.
Well with fire.
They did get away, but barely, right? But the disturbing thing was, as the Jeep, they were looking back towards the pyroclastic flow coming down the road, and as they were driving, I seen a person standing on the side of the road. See, that kind of affected me. It was over.
You knew they didn't get away.
Yeah. Sorry about.
Still won't want to get hit by a tsunami.
Sorry about that. They didn't. Did they have tsunami? I think they had the tsunami part with the earthquake part. They joined those two together.
Are they standing?
Yeah, I prefer to watch
movies.
movies. In movies, they get away.
In movies, yeah, they get away. Yeah. So that's pretty interesting. I've always been interested in stuff like that, so I let that roll on. Didn't like the death part.
Spontaneous.
Say again?
Sorry.
No, good.
Spontaneous sinkholes.
Spontaneous sinkholes.
Oh, those are fun.
Sure.
It's like, oh, I'm gonna build my house here. Suddenly, oh, now me and my house are in a giant well that's half a mile deep. Okay.
Well, at least you're closer to measuring angles from hell.
Oh, snap.
That's pretty freaky if you find yourself in a sinkhole all of a sudden.
That's what the Baltards find themselves in. Every single day. Go on.
I saw a video, recent, a shorts video. This guy didn't get he didn't get killed. He just got a few scrapes. He was very lucky. He jumped in at the top of a waterfall. Now, it wasn't a huge waterfall, but it was a waterfall, and attempted to swim against the current. But he went straight over.
That's not, yeah, no.
That's just stupid beyond stupid. And there was another guy, actually, who, as a bet, a dare in the middle of the night, somewhere in the Caribbean, jumped off of a cruise liner. And he was expecting someone to save him, and they never saw him again. Only recently. He's just gone. I don't know what was going through people's heads.
What the heck? That weren't the people up on the deck that bet him?
Yeah. I mean, the person who was making the... I said to my friend, I said, both people that can't be that stupid. We know that the guy jumping in, he had to have been that stupid, that naive to think he'd be okay, someone would save him. He had to be that naive. The other person can't have been that naive. The mathematical odds of two people who are that naive meeting is nearly impossible. Do you know what I mean? So I reckon your man, whoever bet him, whoever this guy was that made a bet with him, I reckon he only made the bet because he wanted to get with the guy's girlfriend.
That's
so
that's twisted.
Really
that's some
dark,
twisted
dude.
stuff, man. You're saying that the guy was on the deck with him, watched him jump, and because he wanted his girlfriend or didn't want to pay off the bet, he didn't say anything?
No, he made the bet with him that he wouldn't do it, knowing that the guy was stupid enough to do it, because he wanted the guy to jump in and disappear so he could get with his girlfriend.
Oh, God.
That's what I reckon. I saw another
Irish thing to do.
It must have been an Irish thing.
Well, you have to think, because there's no way two people can be that stupid simultaneously. There's not alcohol. Nothing will make two people that stupid simultaneously. I don't think so. I saw a very similar situation. There's a video from a few years ago where there's 3 or 4 fellas who were in the Middle East, and one guy, it was like on his, was it like a bachelor or his, before someone gets married, something like that, kind of a party for him and his friends before you get married.
Yeah, bachelor.
That.
It's called a bachelor party.
Yeah, bachelor party.
Yep.
And they gave him a lot of helium balloons to take him up in the air. Now, there was 4 of them there. And this guy went up in the air and went off, and they found him dead on the mountain.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Right? You can't tell me that all 4 people were that naive. You can't tell me there wasn't at least one of those 4 people that didn't know what was going to happen. And I reckon that's the guy who got with his wife, the woman who didn't end up marrying.
So he didn't take like a pair of scissors with him, at least. I mean,
nothing. He just got on and floated away. He was all happy.
Okay.
You can see it. There's a video of it. They videoed it. The guy just floats away.
I'm gonna have to see that, dude. That's really, really stupid.
Yeah, that
you have
is.
to prove that, Ryan.
Now,
No, that happened.
Now they didn't tie it to him, right? He just hung on to the rope or something.
No, they had like a seat with a load of helium balloons, something like that. It's like a seat or something, if I remember right. And like they had like 50 helium balloons. Yeah, like a chair.
Right.
And they were holding it down. He got on it, and they let it go, and it went off.
Oh my God.
And that, Do you know what I mean? The possibility of all the people there, including the guy that got on the chair, being that naive is not possible. There's no way that nobody would have no foresight and not think, well, what happens when he goes up? I mean,
I
someone
wonder
must
even
have.
how they were capable of keeping that chair down and all that. Like, before they put him on it.
I guess they
I
could.
don't know, but
They could hold
Must
it
have
down.
really planned it out then. They have
could-
a real weight on that chair holding it back.
I'm sure they
while
did.
Getting this guy to sit on it.
well, if any of those, sorry, Q.
No, I was going to say you need to post. I need to see what you're talking about. That's a bit hard to believe.
I'll get my friend to send me the video. My friend knows where the video is.
Okay.
I don't have the video.
All right.
Yeah, and I'll send it. I may have it for you within ball. I'll have it for you later on. But it's a lot of people like this. I think I got like 10 million views or something crazy like that when I saw it. It was just if there's any of those four guys now, the guy that disappeared was one of the four, so he's not an engineer. But if there's any of the other three that are an engineer, he's a murderer, as far as I'm concerned. Do you know what I mean? There's no way that you couldn't know that that's going to go wrong. It's not possible. You know what I mean?
You don't have to be an engineer.
No, you don't have to be an engineer, but an engineer would definitely know, if you know what I mean. There'd be no way to kind of say, I wasn't expecting that if you're an engineer. It's like, yes, you were.
What the fuck? If you can fog a mirror, you're expecting it.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. You know what I mean? You'd have to be expecting that.
Yeah. You find that video, I'll play it on next Ballbusters.
Yeah, I'll find it for you. I'll get my friend to get it because he knows where all these kind of videos are. I don't really look at all those videos, but he sends them to me.
Oh, boy. All right. Was that it?
Yeah, that's all the intro I have.
Betty, we're out of substance. Let me flick on here.
What?
Let's get some.
Betty ain't here.
Say again?
Betty isn't here.
Yeah, I know, but she might be listening. I
don't know if.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I don't know how much, if she realizes how much of a needed part of the show she is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. I don't think she realizes it either. She's like, personally that she doesn't feel that she's that important. I keep telling her, but she thinks I'm just doing that, just to be nice, right? But you can't convince some people like that. They just, they have some security issues.
She has the touch of precious to your show, and I love it.
Oh, that's another thing that went on. I gave my steak recipe out. See, this is the content people want to join for. So I was giving my steak recipe out how to cook steaks on 24/7. That's where Flatsy got my precious from.
Hold on now. I have been using the word precious, especially with stinking in front of it because I'm from Alabama. But been using that term for quite a while now.
Yeah, but not the way I used it.
Yeah,
What
I was
part of
saying that
Alabama?
Jasper. I was saying that Betty adds the precious to the show, but that's great that you're going to the steak. It's great.
Yeah, she does. She does. Yeah. Maybe you could talk to her, and I don't think you'll convince her, though. Why do you want to know where she lives, Neil? Alabama's Greenbow, Alabama. I know you're in Alabama.
I'm in Auburn, Alabama.
Flatsy, is Jasper that you live in, is that the Jasper from the movie Roadhouse?
No.
I haven't seen that one.
No. Roadhouse. What? I'm gonna get in trouble. I might get in trouble here. What? Jasper? Which bar are you talking about?
Just the movie in general. Oh, actually, I don't know. Actually, there was two. I'm
Right.
not sure because he was in one place and he went and got a job at a different place.
Yes.
I thought the name of the town he got a job in was Jasper.
It might
don't
be,
know.
but it's near Kansas City, Missouri.
Okay, yeah.
That's why
It needs to be kind of small.
that's why I stopped, because there's 3 bars. There's the bar that he started with, the bar that he went to, and the bar that his buddy was in. So that's why I screeched the brakes on, just in case you knew something.
No. Just when I heard Flatsy say Jasper, I thought, mate, is that the same place? Kind of.
So how far is Jasper away from Auburn?
Pretty far. It's almost in Georgia. Auburn is,
Ah,
and I'm like the like kind of mid western area.
okay.
So are you closer to Panama City?
No, I'm close to Birmingham, Alabama.
Yeah, I'm 2 hours from Birmingham.
So Dank says the movie Roadhouse is primarily set in Jasper, Missouri. Correct. However, the movie was actually filmed in various locations in Southern California. Yeah, I figured that.
And where was My Cousin Vinny filmed?
I have no idea. Where did My Cousin Vinny come up?
Supposed to be in Alabama, right?
I
No
can't.
self-respect for Southern. Use hits and grits.
Well, Southern can mean a lot of different places, not only Alabama, Neil.
Monticello, Georgia. That's where they filmed it.
I coined a new term today. Acclaimed stacker flip-flopping flapjacks.
Claim stacker, flip flop, and flopjack. That's pretty good.
I thought so.
See the influence you have, Kiwi?
Say again.
I said, you see the influence you have? You got people coining phrases.
Just because I coined some phrases through the years, Neil, doesn't mean, and doesn't actually directly mean that people got that from me.
Oh, that's directly from you. I could hear you saying it.
Nah, it doesn't have
Feel
the
free to use it.
From a different state, Neil.
yeah, it doesn't have the bite that mine do. It's good. I grant her that it's good, but mine has a little bit more of a sting, just a touch more.
Did you say ding?
Sting.
As in ding?
No.
Like 2 pieces of metal?
No,
Right.
as in
Sorry.
No,
As in-
his stuff has a little bit more of a bite. That northern cold, harsh bite.
More like a impaling someone with words.
I said sting. ST Sierra Tango India November Golf.
I thought you said ding, D-I-N-G, as if you ding something off a piece of metal. No worries. Ding would have been suitable as well.
No, a ding would not be suitable. No, it wouldn't.
What were we talking about again?
Who knows, man? We're just rolling with it.
This is when you need Betty for those times when you need someone to come in and say something. Betty just says something at all those times. You know, it could be you have a super chat even, just that. Like, she just fills in all those gaps.
Yeah.
Because when she's not here, like, Nathan does when Nathan is here, he does a good job of it. Now, of course, Adam will say a lot as well, like, but Betty just fills those gaps. So, like, where we're trying to come up, we're all simultaneously trying to come up with something to say to fill that little empty space.
No, I'm not.
And
No, actually, I'm not.
no, you're exempt from it because you're the main host. So this is all involves everyone who's not the main host.
Because I don't have a problem with the moments of silence because I'm comfortable with it, right? That we can share moments of silence together. Even the people out there in the audience, they understand that it's okay. It's a level of comfort, right? Now, some people, they have to have every single second filled, right? We don't need that. If you'd like to fill it, I'm not going to say anything like, stop filling those empty moments right now. But you can.
No, I'm fine with it with silence. Totally fine with it. But it's supposed to be a live show. So silence is not what people are tuning in for. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
true.
bet he's able to keep the not silence at bay, let's just say.
Keeping the silence at bay, Betty.
I think the best silences are when like Nathan or QE says something to someone's trying to debate with them, and you get that protracted silence, and everyone else in the room is wanting to like jump in and say something. That's the best silences. They always get ruined.
Oh yeah. Not only that, get in 24/7 and have one of those. You can't get them. There's no way. Well, and it's hard to ask for that too, because sometimes you got 40, 45 people in there, sometimes even more. You just can't stop all those egos from being disciplined. Egos from being disciplined, right? It's not only that, it's the thing that drives me absolutely crazy. Other than that is the content of the interruption. It's usually a red herring fallacy away from the point. You want to get me rolling? I'll bring the hammer down on you. Try that shit. I don't think they're doing it purposely. It's just something in their nature. They're on a theme, right? They got something in their mind and they just can't let it go, but they get off the point. I'll tell you what, I'll lose it.
Well, secondhand embarrassment, right? It's sort of like they have secondhand embarrassment for the person, and they're just trying to move away from the topic because it's embarrassing.
That could be the case, but I just think people just have a prearranged agenda, right?
That's entirely possible as well.
People bring an idea to the table, and then they hold on to that idea, and then if the conversation doesn't allow them to actually deploy their idea, they're gonna just find a way to subtly drop it. I mean, even I do it sometimes.
Oh, you do it constantly.
Yeah, but I do it well, though. And I keep it short when I do. And then usually
he is very
ignores it.
concise with his red herrings, QE.
They're not actually red herrings. They're just not directly related to what you were talking about at the time.
Yeah, that's fucking red herring.
No, it's not.
I'll tell you what, dudes. I pre-prepped because I always get hungry during the show, and I opened up the refrigerator. I seen these strawberries, right? And they're like absolutely gorgeous. I mean, they're perfection. And I threw the last 6 in the bowl. They're pretty good size. I would say they're kind of bigger than my thumb. I don't like too big of ones because then they're not as sweet unless you get them, unless they're older. But these are perfect size. I just bit into one. It's like a little piece of heaven, man. I just wanted to share that with everyone. And the reason I'm not talking because I'm eating. So carry on.
Combine it with some fresh organic
Cream.
Ice cream. Maybe some whipped cream on top of that. Ooh.
Well,
yeah, we're pretty lucky in this part of Ireland because right next to us, the county next to us, they do just a ridiculous amount. It's the whole county. There's like their mainstay, their main economic power is strawberries. So there's no end of strawberries come from they just sell them on the side of the road here.
Oh, that's great.
So anytime you want
there.
Nice.
Yeah, anytime you want the best of strawberries is right there.
Yeah, you're right about the Cool Whip. See, we got the food. We're going to get there. But you're right with the Cool Whip or some fine cream to put on top of the strawberries. But you got to get a little sugar on the strawberries and crush them up a little bit and like real juicy. That's the way my wife does it. Puts it in the fridge. And then you got the little cakes that suck up all that juice. Now, if you get that really cold, it's over, man. I'm all over. I just pile up the strawberries in the middle, right? Because it's got a little rim there. You know those cakes. I can't remember the name of them off the top of my head. They're just little cakes, and they suck up all that juice, and it's built up like a pyramid, and you put the Cool Whip or a cream on top. Look the heck out, man. You best
That's
keep your
nice.
hands and feet away.
My mom used to make like ice cream from strawberries that we picked from the garden.
Yeah.
That was magic.
Yeah. Yeah. And what I was watching, I was going to tell you what I was watching earlier. I was watching these two guys. They're butchers, right? Real popular. I'm not going to say their name just yet. So they were going over the differences between different types of beef and bison, like grain-fed beef, and then grass-fed beef, and bison and Wagyu, right? So what they do is they cut up. I was mainly watching the steak part because I'm a steak kind of guy. So what they do was they got all these, 4 different cows. Except the bison's not a cow. You know what I mean. And they would put out different cuts. Now, I'm a ribeye guy. If you guys don't know that out there, it's not a mystery anymore. I love ribeyes, right? So what they did was they'd cut them all. They'd cut big hacks that show you how they got to the ribeyes, right? And what they do for each of them, they would cut all the ribeyes for bison, grass-fed beef, grain-fed beef, and the Wagyu, and they would lay them out on a table. It's the first time I've ever seen anyone do this. I was like, you got my interest. And they would show you
bearded butchers.
Say again?
Is that the bearded butchers guys?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, those guys are amazing.
Yeah, I like them. Yeah, so that's what I was watching this morning. All morning, like 4 hours. And I was bringing my wife, and I'm sitting there listening. I was bringing her over. Oh, by the way, Flatsy, they started cooking these steaks, right? Now, they were thick, about 1.5 inches. I don't usually make them that thick, but anyway, what they did was they said, we're just going to cook these up. And what they did, they said they let them sit out at room temperature for 45 minutes. And the next thing they did was put olive oil over top. Now, where did you hear that from?
From you.
Yep. See, I knew that back in the day. I didn't need the bearded butchers to tell me that. That it was just a natural thing, just common sense to me. Right now, they did put a little rub on there. I grant you, okay, they have their own seasonings, and it might be good. I'm not saying that it's not. But more or less, they did the same thing I told you. Now, what they called my precious, they call that the cap. Just want you to know. Does everyone know what I'm talking about? It's the top of the ribeye. It's got a rim of fat, and then it's got meat, then a rim of fat, and then another section. That's the cap. That's my precious, man. That's what you want to focus on.
In this scenario, don't stop the cap.
Yeah, don't stop the cap in this scenario. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, they put all these steaks out there, and they showed you the difference and the rationale why. And they cooked all of them up, and each steak had its own positives and negatives. It wasn't really a review, but they couldn't help themselves. But as soon as they got to the Wagyu, it was all over. They showed the marbling, the intermuscular fat on these things, and it was like, oh my God, look the heck out. They're so expensive, but I'm going to have to admit to you, I'm going to have to do something because I think I've only had Wagyu beef one time in my life. And it's about getting ready to be the second time. Because, I'm not a rich man, and it's pretty expensive, so we'll have to see how it goes, but I'm thinking in a pretty near future, because I'm starting to make my own wangies, and I'm going to have to get some Wagyu, most definitely. So there you go. I filled up. We're only 45 minutes into this, man. We got substance coming out of our ears. Anyone else have anything to say about that?
Yeah, my local Costco sells a decent priced Australian Wagyu beef.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Still a little bit pricey, about twice the regular cost of beef, but still not like $300 for a steak.
I think I found some ribeyes I can get for less than $300. I think I have to do my due diligence first. But yeah, I got you. I'm gonna have to do it again, man. I got, and I will be presiding over the grill in that specific case if that happens. By the way. Yeah. Yes, sir. And the key to it is, guys, don't flip those suckers more than you have to. I usually say don't just flip them once. But I'm going to tell you what the key is. The key is a thermometer. You got to get a good thermometer, right? Don't be guessing out there. It's dangerous. And especially with Wagyu, don't you damn sure cook that Wagyu overdone. I'll flip out. But so I'll be out there with the thermometer, right? Sticking it in every few minutes just to make sure. But that's the key, man. Get yourselves a good thermometer, and you'll be right as the rain.
That's right.
Go ahead.
That's right. I was about to say, people like to eyeball it, but get you a thermometer so you cook it just right.
Exactly. That's not only with beef, but chicken or any other meat that you're cooking. Get a good thermometer, folks.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I learned that from my wife. My wife taught me that. Right? It should have been it should have been intuitive, but it took her, and I said, "Yeah, I get it, boy. I've been stupid for a lot of years." I'd get pretty close, but this is consistently. You know what I'm saying? You could be so consistent and get them right, like Flatsy said, right where you want them. That's any type of meat, not only steaks.
Well, if you're for chicken, if you're using a pressure cooker, that's the only exception.
Yes.
I would say that you don't need a thermometer.
Yeah, I don't use a pressure cooker. My mom used to do that. I have to say, I don't use a pressure cooker that much anymore. Like zero.
I'm a fan because it cooks things quick.
Oh, yeah. 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 Why the hell would you pressure cook a damn ribeye?
Oh, no. I'm a chicken.
That must be an Alabama thing.
No, I don't pressure cook. No, I would never pressure cook a steak.
I knew that. I was just razzing you.
Oh, yeah. The heckler or heckly has become the heckler.
Yes, I have been dabbing into heckling recently. Yes.
No way, not you.
Yes, I have on Nathan's show. I just can't help myself. I'm prone to it because I wake up late and I'm always the last one in. So it's just built for heckling, that position. The guys really like it, though. That's what they've been telling me.
It's fun.
They haven't been telling me that, by the way.
Well, growing up here, and I guess the sense of humor around where I live, it's just that way. You got to have thick skin.
Oh, we got a bunch of feelings out there, boy. The ball. Brian's laughing. Yeah, you know, with the Baltards, that one of the last parts in the storm is feelings. Oh,
yeah.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Brian. You had something to add. Who we got?
Yeah,
here?
I was just going to say.
Go ahead.
Go on.
No, go
Yeah, I
ahead.
was going to say. I remember that. I think it was a Jose show where they were all trying to come to a kind of a mutual respect situation. You can't have a mutual respect situation. If you can't pretend that you respect someone who is lying to you, or someone who's getting things wrong, or who doesn't know what they're talking about. Do you know what I mean? You can't do that. You can't. You can give your general public a mutual respect, the average person in the street. You know what I mean? You're not going to be rude to somebody. But in that situation, they're all looking for this mutual respect, kind of, as you say, come by art moment thing to be going on. It's just like, because their feelings were all hurt. You said this to me last Wednesday, and I want an apology for it. You know, this absolute rubbish. We're on the internet. Do you know what I mean? This is not like personal time at home. You know what I mean? What are you on about? You know,
Hold on now.
get your feelings in check. Go on.
Hold on now. I love my husband. He's precious, but he's a bona fide shithead. So I deal with it on a daily basis.
I think I'm a great husband.
That's really
in
good,
their
Flatsy.
mind-
That caught that. Yeah, you tickled the funny bone right there for a second. I could probably. No, my wife would never say that.
Well, in most ballers' minds, if they can justify you being an asshole or whatever, then they can ignore everything you say. Is what it seems to be.
Do you think that they think that that's like an incoherent jail free card or something?
No, they've stated it as such. Oh, that's a QE argument.
Oh, that's another. Yeah, that's really cringe.
I've heard them say it. Oh, that's a QE argument, so they don't have to address it because they don't like QE. That's. It's not said in so many words, but it's implicit.
I've heard it before. I think we're talking about two different things, though. I'm talking about the feeling part. They think they can get out of incoherent jail free by, directing the discussion away from the topic, but how the topic is presented and their feelings. Oh, feelings. Yeah, they think they could do it. They must think it works because there's like 95% of them do it. The guy last night did it too. You heard him, Flatsy, right? The feelings. Well, why are you so upset at me that I was being nice telling you that triangles have more than 180 degrees in them? I don't know. I don't get it. That's a different generation, I think. You think it's a generation thing or just a numpty thing?
No, it's an ignorant thing.
It's a numpty thing.
Numpty.
Right. If you start yelling at a mentally handicapped person for eating all your crayons, right? It's going to hurt their feelings. It's just how it is.
Yeah, I suppose. I reckon so. All right,
There's
what do
no
we got?
originality on that side. Sorry.
Say again. Go ahead.
They have no originality over on that side. Anything that ever takes place, it happens on their side first, and then they have to come up with their bullshit version. Sorry for the language. Version of it.
No, that's right. You're right. Yep. Everything essentially from their side comes from Wiki or Discovery Channel. The bad part about it is they're pigeonholed, right? They're pigeonholed into the fairy tale, and they don't realize that all the things that make it up are fallacious or don't exist. But there's no way they can't pivot from. Well, most of them do, right? Because remember, I call them the left-wing fuckwit faction that makes shit up. You got that faction, you have to have that because even your can't fog a mirror masses can see problems with just basic things in their arguments, right? So they have to go off on a different tangent. That's a completely other level of anti-flat earthers. But see, the cool part is they're pigeonholed. They can't get away from it. And I like when flat earthers, deal directly with the claims that they have to utter. They have no flexibility. It's inborn into the position. You guys follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, like when Jose was saying there is both a geometric horizon that is refracted, but the refracted horizon is not the geometric horizon, but the horizon is geometric.
Right, the refracted horizon, the geometric horizon is not the one you see, basically.
Yeah, sort of, yeah. Well, that's just making shit up. They have to do that.
It's right there. It's right there in their imagination. Can't you see?
Yeah.
How it is geometric being refracted into the apparent flat plane?
Yeah.
I mean, it's so simple.
Yeah, they can't get out of it, and you would do yourself well to understand that out there in the audience, to understand what they must, the necessary contingent facts that must accompany their paradigm or their claims. That's where they get into really big trouble. I love it. I really do. Gravity is just, that's the one that stands out to me the most because they just can't. It's a train. It's an inevitable train wreck at the end if you know what you're doing.
Well, gravity for any baller is an incoherent cluster screw of arguments that don't match with each other. Yet to you, it will.
Yes.
I still remember it. It was
Yes.
very confusing when you came in with the FED at first explaining this.
Sure.
Like, yeah, but all these different things, though, you know?
Sure.
Yeah, but
Yes.
they're just different things.
Yeah. It took
They're not one thing. They're not gravity.
It took a while to get that across. We had a lot of, calling each other's mother certain names before we all got it settled. But that's the working out process. Hey, Retro Bill, thanks, man. Thanks for the super chat, dude. Ballers are now asking, why do flirfs dwell on the 1% of black swans instead of giving attention to the 99% white swans? They don't get it, Retro. They don't fucking get this simple concept. Not that they don't get the black swan argument. That we understand that they can't do it. It's been 3 years. You can't get it, whether it's purposeful, or willful ignorance or anything else. They don't understand that. How can I even articulate this? It's really so stupid that the moment you see it's not even the rate limiting step. The moment you see an extreme example as part of normality, that's the standard. No matter what else happens, but they think the 99% kind of render null that one observation that everyone makes. I don't understand that type of reasoning. I wish somebody would explain it to me. I don't think it can be explained. It's too stupid, but I would really like somebody to try. Does everyone follow?
I think it has.
Go ahead.
I think it has to be whether you're philosophically stunted as a child to accept that you live on a sphere to begin with. So it becomes a childish thing as soon as it's challenged. And that's why it's so hard for them to comprehend it, because it's so advanced past where they stunted their growth.
Yeah, hey, Flatsy, I'm not talking just about the black swan proper. I'm talking about, do you follow what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sorry, I got this 4-year-old in here.
All right, not a problem. Yeah. But maybe I can come up, maybe I can articulate this sometime when I get a couple minutes alone and stuff. But hey, Retro Bill, thanks for bringing that up. Appreciate that. Appreciate the super chat, man. Yeah, I'm going to articulate that in a way. I'm going to try to be as concise as possible. Maybe I'll get with Brian. Come on, Brian. You have to friggin' say something to that.
Sorry, Kiwi. Someone was talking to me there. Well, why is it? What was I supposed to reply to?
Oh, I was saying it was a backhanded slight in your direction.
Well, I accept it.
Okay. It had to do with conciseness, and that maybe I needed some help articulating this one subject with some conciseness, and I figured I'd get your assistance.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm known for my conciseness. I can't even say the word. I didn't even say the word right there. It's like I'm not allowed to say the word even. I'm so unconcise.
Damn, I'm missing some stuff. Whatever. I was writing down all the Wagyu beef stuff, and I threw my other stuff aside. I got a bad problem with doing that. I was just mesmerized by the Wagyu beef. Sorry about that, folks. So, anything else?
The contingent fact.
Go ahead.
I was going to say the contingent facts of this topic have become so concise. It's it does seem like willful ignorance if people can't understand it at this point.
Yeah, they're at the.
I believe so.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I really think so. It's like one of those things that the only reason you don't see is because you don't want to see, because you don't want to be the butt of a joke, and you don't want to be an outcast and the punchline and ostracized. Because
No.
you know, if you look into it, it might make sense.
Well, you have to get specific now, and that I'm sorry for not getting hyper specific with it. We can use the black swan as an example, though. It's not the only example where you have one observation and it shows you one thing. Now, that's, for lack of a better term at this particular point, that's the rate limiting step. That's the baseline. Even though it could be on an extreme end, it still exists. No matter what else you see, that still happened. So it's in the boundaries of reality, is what I'm trying to say. So whether it's at one extreme or the other, it's still reality. No matter how many white swans you show, the black swan still exists. So that's the rate limiter. Like I said, let me think about it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Those are just all albino black swans, those white swans.
We might go over that on Tuesday.
I thought it was funny.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I thought it was funny that Ranty tried to use the black swan reasoning as why he went back to the globe, not understanding how positive claims work. He said, well, I seen this picture I couldn't understand or explain, therefore it has to be a globe. Like it was the dumbest thing I'd ever heard in my life, I think, as a reason for something.
That's not the dumbest thing, man. I'm telling you. That's dumb, but there's some things that could breach that. One happened
He
last.
basically said.
Go ahead.
He basically said because white swans do exist, therefore black swans can't exist. Even though he had just looked at a black swan.
Oh, I got you. So he's what you're saying, he's the poster child of what I went over?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I forgot all about Ranty. That's probably why it didn't ring true to it. Let me think about that. You could be right. Nah, I don't want to think about it.
It's mind-numbing.
I was going to say something and I got totally thrown off.
Let me fill it in.
Go ahead.
White swans are technically refracted black swans.
Oh,
Not the other way around.
Oh, brother. White swans are refracted. You can't do that.
No, but think about it. This is metaphorical, right? It is a metaphor, right? The black swan is not literally about a black swan. But yeah, a white swan would be, the horizon kind of looks like it could match the globe, right? Well, when does that happen? Well, when the conditions are such that there's more refraction.
Oh,
refraction causes the normal black swan flat plane sighting.
No, not in reality.
Yeah.
No, you threw in refraction. That's where you went off kilter a little bit. Now, in their world,
actual refraction.
Yes.
That's the funny thing.
Yes.
Not terrestrial refraction.
Yes.
Right?
And you're working outside the analogy. Like, you destroyed that analogy. Good job.
Come on. White swan, I'm seeing, it looks like a globe. Black swan, it looks like how it really is. A flat plane. So what do you see then when you see a white swan? Well, a refracted black swan.
I don't think I've ever seen a
really look.
Well, I don't think I've ever seen it. I don't think I've ever seen a white swan. Can somebody post somewhere a white swan?
I mean, that's what the ballers started throwing at us after the black swan. Oh, look at here, the same oil rigs. Oh, look, the other one is all obscured.
Oh, no, it's not. That's an actual black swan, though, Arwen.
Yeah, but they still thought of it as.
They still thought of it as, right? That's what you're saying.
Yeah,
Hold on.
because suddenly the half of one of those oil rigs was completely blotted out.
Yeah, it's up
like
on
it was
screen right
behind the
now.
curve.
It's on screen right now, Arwen.
Where?
But the minute you say black swan, right, and you're making a red herring almost with the analogy of the logic that's used in the black swan argument. It's like, why don't you just use this horizon looks like Earth, the geometric obstruction I'm claiming, this horizon does not.
Right,
Why,
so
why are
you're
they using
basically saying-
swans? It's
Yeah.
red herring written all over it.
Yeah, I know it's a little convoluted, but it's funny that way. I like it.
No,
It's
if
more
you're-
poetic than it's a real argument.
If you're watching live stream, Arwen, sorry I didn't share it in Discord. I put it up on screen with the other photo. I must have had this for 3 years now. They still don't get it. Right? I think even Danny, taking angles from Hell's Angles, brought this up. I couldn't believe it. Of course, after he frauded himself by chopping off the first photo. Yep, so it's up there. So
Well, you know,
Right,
everybody
that's the
takes
one,
angles.
that's the one.
say again?
Sorry, my video was behind, but that's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Where half of it is suddenly gone.
Yeah, we go over this.
Taking
These
angles
two,
in a sphere on a sphere.
yeah, these two photos are taken with the same camera and camera height, 4 days apart. Not only
I know,
are
and
A
it's
and
still a
B,
black swan.
not only are A and B both black swans. That's the really hilarious part. Baltards, pay close attention. Your physical sphere edge horizon that block boats and buildings is moved. Does your spinning monkey ball inflate and deflate? They can't get this. Listen, I'm telling you, that's all I see is people posting the B photo as a debunk of A. It's the colossal goof of all time. They just
No.
don't get it.
Yeah, because in that one, it just kind of looks like it's behind the curve. Don't you get it, QE?
Yeah,
That's all it's about.
superficially, without any rationale or reasoning, I guess it could fool a knuckle dragger. But if you got like an IQ of like 2.5, you're going to expose this.
It's not about IQ. It's about believing. It's about the mind experiment.
All
Does
right.
it look kind of like it's behind the curve? Yes? Well, there you go. There's the curve.
Hey, Jules Z said black.
matter.
Exactly.
Oh, hold
Doesn't
on.
matter if it's geometrically off or anything, or
Right.
if the observer height is still way too low. Doesn't matter. It looks like it's behind the curve, so there you go.
Okay, fair enough. Jules S. out in chat said black swans eat red herrings. That was a good one, Jules.
They-
Do they though?
I have an idea for a show, QE. Could you go over prepositions and what they mean, like in and on and to and from?
That could,
'Cause I think that's the level we're going to have to get to.
yeah, that could be a show. Surprisingly, I caught where you're going with this. Yes, it's very good. I'm not going to do a show on prepositions today, though. Maybe.
No, but I mean, it's sad. It is sad that that's what it takes, I guess. I don't know. How are you going to say you're in a sphere, on a sphere in the same sentence? That's what he did.
I know he did. He's not the only one either. They all do it. And you got a up close and personal one with Tweedledee and Tweedledum in your little debate. McBooger Eater and that idiot Roofy.
I never did get to do my punchline. I meant to say at the end of that, when I was congratulating them, but they started attacking me. I was going to say, McToon, you need to pay Ruhiff $10,000 right now. That flat earther knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's all flat earth elevation angles. But they didn't let me.
I know. All right. Okay, we've reached the point. Do you guys want to go over that video or what?
Yeah, throw it on for the laugh.
Yeah, let me see what we got here. I'm going to have to get out of this. How do I do that? That's how I do that. All right, I think it's going to be short. I think it's going to be a lot of fun because this guy looks like a real goober. So, I'll tell you what, though. He's got a lot of subscribers. He's got over 5 million subscribers, this goober. Can you believe that? Oh, this was a long time ago. I didn't know that. 7 years ago. Wow. I guess this is going to be 2015, 2016 arguments. Why? Because that's where it's from. Let's see what we got. But 5 million subscribers. Let's see what this crayon muncher had. I've never seen this before, so I can just tell it's good. Let's see the title. How we know the Earth isn't flat. Oh, I'm sorry, folks. I should have put that damn on. So this is what I was looking at.
Should I give the anti-flat Earth rebuttals that debunk the globe Earth claims from 2015, or should we just keep it concise?
You want to do it right now? Or you want to do it during...
Whenever you pause.
I'm going to be doing most of the talking. Hold on a second, guys. I'm going to put it in. I almost forgot to share my screen. Oh, there it is. So you guys can watch it and hear it at the same time. How you like that? Got you guys all hooked up. Let's see how this goes. We're going to try to keep it less of a cluster screw than it usually is. Shout out to Nathan. Let's see where we go. This looks like a train wreck to me.
I took a look at this. This is horrendous.
Oh, you already watched this before.
Yeah, for about 30 seconds. It's freaking horrendous.
That's what I did. You could just tell. Look at, he's a goober. What the hell is going on with this shirt? Now, I'm not too much into ad homs, but you're a grown adult, sir. What the hell? You'd never catch me dead with any. What is going on here? What does that even say? Oh, is these different bite pressures? Who the hell would wear a shirt? Go ahead.
I thought they were hot air balloons.
So, now that I'm looking at this closely, I'm seeing PSI here. So, these are different bite pressures. Crocodile, hippopotamus, gorilla. Damn, I wonder how they got that. Shark. Who the hell would wear a shirt with all this stuff on here? I don't know. This is gonna be
a man child.
A man child. Goodness gracious! All right, no. Without further ado, this is gonna. I could just feel a train
He's
wreck.
a desktop.
Say again.
He's a desktop.
He's a desktop.
Yeah, your desktop screen with all those icons. That's what he is.
Yeah. All right, here we go. You know it's going to be disaster, folks. Arwen already told you. I already had a premonition just by looking at this goober. Let's roll it.
Earth looks flat. It feels flat.
What?
That's the end of that.
That's the end of that.
He's just ended his whole video.
What the hell's going on out there? It feels flat? What the hell does that mean?
Yeah.
What?
Intuitively.
Dude, 5 million subscribers? And this is what you get? I'm sorry, folks. This is... Okay, this is going to be the low-hanging fruit edition. I didn't anticipate it that low, but all right, we're going to roll.
The logical explanation is the Earth is flat, right?
Logical explanation, no. I don't know where you got. Where's the logic in that? I have no idea. It has nothing to do with logic.
Right? But
What? That's what we're doing. Slapping that face. I'm sorry, folks.
like, once you get past the crazy talk, how do we know the Earth is round?
What? How do you know the Earth is round? Well, round and flat aren't mutually exclusive. This guy's not starting off. You're right, Arwen. This is going to be a train wreck. Folks, he's already conflated. Most people don't pick up on this, but round, that's not the argument. That's not their argument. Because round, like I said, round and flat aren't mutually exclusive. I can have a whole bunch of round stuff that's flat. You can just name them off, right? LPs, pennies, coinage. Follow? Now, you could get pedantic if you wanted to and get down to the microscopic level. We're not doing that. You get the idea. So he's already off. He's off the reservation.
Told you.
Welcome back, my woke friends. Trace here.
Trace Dominguez. Is that how it is? Trace. You do look like a Trace.
For D News. If you follow the pervasive yellow journalism online and elsewhere, you've probably heard of rapper B.O.B.'s beef
Oh, God, this is old.
with NASA, science, and specifically Dr.
NASA science. Where's any of that at? Obviously, this gentleman doesn't know what science is, and then he posts Neil smoking deGrasse Tyson. Who's what?
Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson, astrophysicist and science celeb. Love you, Neil.
Science celeb. Now science has celebrities. No, you see, Neil deGrasse Tyson is not a scientist. You just said he's an astrophysicist. You see there, Trace, astrophysicists aren't scientists because they can't form or formulate viable scientific hypotheses. To be a natural science, you have to be able to form, in your discipline, viable scientific hypotheses. This is going to be a new thing that's going to be circulating. I might as well just say it right now. You see, we're going to put the heels to you. Not only with astrophysics and astronomy and cosmology, we're going to go through all of them. So all of them are. And we're going to be putting this to you as one of the first questions out to these baltards. We're going to get medieval with you. So first, I'm going to establish that hypotheses are absolutely required to be in natural science. And I'm going to use Sean Carroll. I'm not going to do it now, but this is what's going to be happening in the pretty near future. We're going to establish that hypotheses are absolutely prerequisite for any natural science. And then what we're going to do, we're going to look at paleontology, anthropology, archaeology, geology, evolutionary biology, whatever that is, and yes, I'm still laughing, theoretical physics, then astronomy, astrophysics, and cosmology. And our next question is going to be, please provide a single viable scientific hypothesis in the entire history of either of those disciplines, just one for each. And when you can't do that, then we're all going to laugh at you. So just get ready. I'm just giving you a warning out there. I think I've already convinced Meggy. He's already copy and pasted that. So Baltards, you're in for a world of hurt. Sorry for my digression, folks, but he brought it up.
In short, some pop culture peeps think that the Earth is flat.
Some pop culture peeps? Who the hell is he talking about? What does that mean? Is that what kind of language is that? Is that new wave? You guys can say something. I didn't mean for you not to say anything. That's all right. I'll continue.
I'm sorry, QA. I'm not
Oh, I'm
full of a
mute,
retard.
QA.
I'm not understanding what this guy's saying.
Go ahead, Brian. Is that it? I like it. You guys are disciplined, not speaking up. Good job. I don't know what he's talking about, folks. New age. I don't know.
Proving them wrong is simple, though it took hundreds of years for science to figure it
What? Proving them wrong. Who are them? Number
From
one.
you, QE.
Say again. Brian. Hello. Brian. Can anyone else hear me?
Loud and
I hear
clear.
you.
Yeah, I can, but I can't listen to the video and be.
Why is Brian calling me? All right, hold on. Something must be going wrong, folks. I thought we were running smooth.
He's back.
Why you calling me, Brian?
You were on mute, I think, as you were playing the video. When you weren't playing the video, you were on mute, I think.
I'm not on mute, man.
Well, when you were playing the video twice, there was no sound coming after the video stopped in between those times.
Yes, there. Let me go back out there. Hold on a second, folks. I'm not on mute. Everyone's hearing me.
We just don't get the video through Discord. I have to like unmute YouTube to.
You're not getting the video through Discord?
No, we are. And you can watch the stream through Discord. It's.
But not with sound.
No, I'm getting the sound from the video and sound from QE, but then no sound from QE when he was stopping the video, critiquing it.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Twice.
That's very strange. Hey, folks out there in chat, are you getting all of this? Are you getting me critiquing the video and the video?
Yeah, on YouTube, everything.
That's a negative.
Fine.
No, somebody just said that's a negative on YouTube.
I'm hearing you, but I'm not hearing the YouTube.
You're not hearing the YouTube? This is very confusing.
Yeah,
That's what I said.
But you can join the stream.
Sound coming through you.
But did you join the stream?
Well,
Perspective one is what you hear and hear.
All right, hold on a second, guys. Just hold on. Green Flowers out there in YouTube in chat says, I hear it all. James, what's up, man? I'm running late. Hello, in the panel. Hello. Betty's not here today, James, but I'll pass it on. Appreciate it. Green Flowers in chat says that I hear it all. That is, Green Flowers hears me and the video in YouTube. Correct, Green Flowers? Give me a positive on that. We're just waiting for Green Flowers. Give me a thumbs up on that, and then we'll move on. We heard everything in YouTube. That's what Divergent Droid said. And James says, I can hear everything, or I can hear you guys. Yep, they're hearing it out there. But you in Discord, are you guys connected to the live stream up there in the corner?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. They need to click on the watch stream. And then there may be problems with Discord itself, so you may have to drop and rejoin.
Well, I did
Yeah,
that, but
'cause
it's
I
not
was-
connecting. So
I was connected to the show via the watch stream, and I was hearing the video, and I was hearing you critique it. And then suddenly, it was like as if the video was playing, and then you'd stop it, and it's like as if you're critiquing it because you're moving the mouse around, but there's no sound coming through from your side. So maybe it's just a Discord thing. I just said I should say it in case it continued. That's all.
All right, might be a Discord thing. Guys, I would suggest, because Brian dropped out and came back in again, I would suggest you guys doing that the same before we start. So just drop out of Ballbusters and come back in, and then hit my Quantum Eraser live, and that should hook you up. We'll wait a couple seconds. And we should be good to go. Because the stream is running. I should be in Discord. That should be good. It looks good. You know, let me stop sharing. Sorry about this, folks. We'll get it squared away here in 1 second. I'm going to stop streaming, and then I'm going to go back. I'm going to pull that video up. Then I'm going to go back in there. Share your screen, QE. And I'm going to do it again. Go live. So everyone, hit me. It says QE and then live. Hit that thing and it should pull up for you. Is everything kosher?
Kosher.
All right, let me back this up. Let me do a J. I'm going to do the last 10 seconds. I'm going to stop, say a couple words, and see if this is all squared away. So we're going to go back. Hey, it didn't go back.
it out in
Go
Scientist
back.
and Science Celeb. Love you, Neil. In short, some pop culture peeps think that the Earth is flat.
So he said some pop culture peeps think that the Earth is flat. Can you hear both him and me now talking?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
I
can.
could actually, even though the stream isn't working in Discord for me, but I could
Yeah,
still
the
hear
stream
it.
seems kind of muted.
The stream is muted? That doesn't make any sense.
Because I can barely hear him speaking.
Let me turn him up a little bit.
I can
Let's-
hear you crystal clear.
All right, I'm going to go back
Everybody
10.
on YouTube is having no issues whatsoever. So
Yeah,
it's
I know.
just us here in Discord.
Yeah, it's just us. Let me go back 10 more seconds. Going to do it again.
Do you
There we
really
go.
have to turn it up? Because I'm afraid I'm gonna get this stupid all over me if you turn it up any higher.
I'll just going to do it. Last one. Here we go. I'm going to play about 10 seconds and then stop it and say something. I'm going to do the same thing again.
BOB's beef with NASA, science, and specifically Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson, astrophysicist and Science Celeb. Love you, Neil.
Now, you're a knucklehead. There's no science left. So did you guys hear him, then hear me just talk?
Yes.
10-4, yep.
Good enough.
What about the other guy that was complaining? Did you hear him okay that time?
No, he's still muted for me. Let me see what I can figure out
I
here.
think it's a personal thing, dude. So we're going to roll on. All right. So just go on mute. And here we go.
Neil. In short, some pop culture peeps think that the Earth is flat. Proving them wrong is simple, though.
We don't think the Earth is flat. We know for an absolute certainty it is flat and level and stationary. Yeah. It is measurably flat and navigatably flat there, Sunshine. So you're through.
It took
Don't you look at me sideways again.
hundreds of years for science to figure it out in the first.
Hundreds of years for science to figure it out. That's a reification fallacy. Science isn't an entity. It's not figuring anything out. And your appeal to 100 years, that's an argument to age fallacy there, Sunshine. I mean, you're a real dork.
He's talking about the body of
So
science.
it's a category error.
Yeah, and it's a category error. You're correct.
First place. We know the Earth is round by observing it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Round and flat aren't mutually... round and flat aren't mutually exclusive, Sunshine. You're not proving anything with that incoherent drivel.
Closely. If you watch a ship as it disappears over the horizon, the
What? Uh-oh, we're watching ships disappear. I don't see this one disappearing over the horizon. And by the way, Crayon Muncher, if it does disappear over the horizon, shouldn't the water follow it? You haven't thought about that one yet. So if you're going over a curve, that water's going to flow down that curve. Unless you can redefine the physics of water. He's an imbecile. This is just imbecilic.
Actually, one sec. Sorry. Does he? Well, the ship is moving, but the waters are supposed to be quote unquote stationary, even though there's a current. So, is that what he means?
I don't know.
He's appealing to a force of gravity where all the water is being held at mean sea level, as that's the lowest point it can go to.
So
And that's
water
what they-
doesn't flow down rivers and waterfalls and stuff and such like that?
Well, their
Right.
claim is that it all gets, like, mean sea level is the lowest point that water can go to, which is the sea, and so that's why this is just a rubbish claim.
Yes, you're
Claims
right.
they make, but
It
Uh,
just
th-
stays level in a sphere. I mean, it's not that complicated.
Level is
But are
not
they saying
curving.
that?
Go ahead.
All right. Are they saying that because in comparison to the actual mass, quote unquote, of the Earth, the water is so minuscule that what we're actually witnessing is, I know it in my own language, I don't know it in English, but you know how water sticks to surfaces due to its, there's some sort of
Surface tension?
gravity. at its
Gravity or
surface,
surface
tension
tension?
surface.
Gravity or
Surface
surface?
tension, that's what it's called.
Okay.
Yeah, no, surface tension, which they say is due to the molecular structure, not gravity at all. My apologies. But is that their thing? They're saying that, yes, to us it may seem like a big body of water, but just imagine if you were really tiny on a ball that's wet.
I think
Honestly, that is how they.
it's a bigger point. Just relax with that one. I know where you're going. I got you. But just with his specific point, if that boat is going over a horizon, the water should follow going over. That's all I wanted to put out. I know this. If you're out there and this shocks you, it should, because that's what should be happening. That's how you defeat this ignorant, incoherent argument of theirs that they're parroting from Wiki and Discovery Channel or whoever else. All right?
Yeah.
What you're
Can I
talking
add
about is
something hold on. Can I add something? I mean,
Sure.
you could make a pretty basic observation where you're looking at the horizon with a mountain much further into the distance, like at a shoreline or whatever.
Sure.
And then you can actually see a boat going way into the distance and then going over the supposed horizon, but the mountain is still visible behind it. So
Yes.
it's definitely not disappearing behind a curve, which the mountain is sticking out of, right? So it's just a visual effect.
That's not as good as the water following, Arwen.
But all of
Kiwi,
this is
what you're
just taking the
talking about
question.
is
Yeah,
draw.
we're talking about fluid and all that.
Go
So-
ahead, Brian. Brian wanted to add something there. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, but it's like as soon as someone says it's going over the horizon, they are reifying the horizon into a physical geometric location.
Yeah.
We've proven without a doubt it's not physical and geometric, to the point where we've gotten it out of them that they've admitted that it's not. I mean, so it can't go over, even within what their own claims, it can't. Boats don't sail over refraction or optical phenomena. Let's just say optical phenomena. Boats don't sail over optical phenomena. Boats are real.
You guys are
Physical
doing
things.
postgraduate work. I'm here with the common folk. If the horizon, according to them, is the leading edge, this is the very important point. If it is the leading edge of a sphere-tard, then when that boat goes over, guess what the water should do?
It should
Go
also
with it.
follow the same like drop pattern.
That's all my point is, folks. So no postgraduate work here. Just ground squirrel level reasoning will do it. All right? Can we move on?
I may actually
They have
annoy you with this, but you do have a super chat if you want to read it.
Oh, you go ahead with a super chat. We have a woman's book. Flatsy, you can be the inaugural super chat reader of today's show. Go ahead.
From Retro Bill, 300 BC just called. They want their 2015 arguments back. $5.
Yeah, Retro Bill, it's copyrighted, man. They're stealing my stuff. Thanks, man. Appreciate the super chat. Yeah, I didn't want to go back to see it. Thanks. Flatsy, that was very nice of you to do that. Well, hey, Betty.
Oh, yeah, you got it.
Betty, somebody's trying to take your job.
No. She does it best.
All right, can I move on here? Everyone got my point?
No, not yet.
No, not yet.
Because they can counter to somebody who is new. They will counter that, what you just said about the water following the boat. They will counter that by bringing them through what a force of gravity is and how it works with mean sea level. Because level, they're going to claim level is equal distance from a central point of a globe, and how that is the lowest point that water can go to.
That's
And
incorrect.
so that's
then.
why water flows down mountains.
No, that's still incorrect because the horizon. No, you're adding an additional thing in there. If the horizon is the leading edge of a sphere, then if they go over that edge is the key word here, then the water should follow. That's the natural physics of water. I know what you're saying, but
yeah.
But it's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
presupposed sphere, though, and then it's just like, oh, behind that horizon, which they think is the geometric edge, yeah, everything should disappear. Anything on the water or even the water itself should no longer be visible.
No, you're not getting it. The water should flow over the edge.
Yeah,
But there's
that's
more water
cheating
pushing it
because
back towards us. Like the ship has engines that are moving it forward. And I'm a flat earther since 2015. I'm only asking this so that we can discuss it, so that we can answer the people who might ask this question. Is that they say, yeah, because the ship is moving. The waters have found a state of equilibrium due to the force of gravity on a very big mass. And their mass, their volume is minuscule compared to that.
We could destroy that on so many levels. Who's this speaking?
Please do it.
We're not doing it because we'll get into 30 minutes of going through. They don't know what mass is. No, hold up, relax. Number one.
I'm relaxed.
Number one, you said a whole bunch of trash right there. Number one, they can't define what mass is. Number two, gravity doesn't exist, and even if it did exist, it's not a force. And it hasn't been one for 108 years. So right there, I can destroy it. Follow?
I'm not really talking trash, as I said. I'm already on your side. I'm just trying to figure out what they would counter with. And as someone whose mind is trained to really just take gravity and phenomena like surface tension as read and as accepted, I just want to be able to punch a hole through their thing. So I'm not really talking trash to be a troll. I'm just
No, I didn't indict you for that. You're missing it. Listen, we're gonna move on.
We were talking the trash of the ballers.
Yes.
And you didn't say that you're making a mess out of it.
Yes.
You were representing the baller stuff accurately,
yes.
But he just didn't want to get into it.
Yes. I'm gonna continue.
I'm just representing my own mind, honestly.
I got you. We're tracking. Thank you.
Bottom will vanish first, and then the top disappears later.
What would you expect? The top to disappear first and the bottom to disappear last? It's just the acuteness of the angle at the bottom. I mean, this is just remedial retard stuff there. What's Chance or Trace or whatever the hell your name is? You're not proving or disproving anything. You're talking out your ass. So that doesn't make any darn. He's gonna go ahead.
Huey, I bet that you can't let it play for like 15 seconds straight without being forced to interrupt him. Wanna bet?
Nope.
He's wrong again. He's wrong again because their claim of the boat disappearing in a linear fashion from the bottom up is incorrect if it's going over a curve.
Yep.
It should be bow down and stern up.
Yep.
And the last thing you should see is the back of the stern, or if a sailboat, the very tip of the sail that will be up so high that you will see that with the stern. You won't see a linear disappearance, like a constant linear disappearance with distance.
Right.
You won't. That's not going over something. That's something else.
See, that's a new twist. Look at Brian. He's exactly right. That's another little twist on that. There's another one, too. Because if this is supposedly a cause and effect relationship, a natural cause and effect relationship, the only way you can validate this, Crayon Muncher, is to put it through the scientific method. Have you done that? You just can't look at something, make a claim, and that's it. And just say, well, that's the only thing it could be. No. What you have to do now is validate that monkey. So that's another mistake, but I get you, Brian. I like where your mind's at. Thank you very much.
It looks like it's sinking, kind of. That's because the Earth is curved.
No, it wouldn't be sinking. Brian, just tighten your shot group because the Earth is curved. See, he said because. So that is the cause. That ship, what he's saying, he didn't show because it's not going to show what he said because Brian's going to jump all over him. But he said cause. So that's a cause and effect relationship. You have to science that monkey. You just can't say because of your fairy tale religion. Nope. Time to validate that monkey. Of course, you ain't going to do it. You don't know what science is. You don't know what logic is. You barely know what you're talking about.
Using a stopwatch, you can do your own experiment to prove it. Watch the sun.
What? Using a...
Told you. This is about as far as I got. Can you? This has all been like 15 seconds or something. It's crazy how compacted it is. with nutty things.
Wait a second. Using a stopwatch, you can do an experiment. What? On what? The stopwatch? This, I told you, I knew it, man. This is preposterous, ludicrousness, absurdity. If you guys know who this is, let me scroll down. Could you tell him he's called the Seeker? He needs to seek some mental health because this is absolutely ridiculous. So this guy's the Seeker. If you want to go tell him that we were reviewing his video during our stream here, and like Nathan says, be nice. Tell him we reviewed the content of his stream on this video and see what he has to say. My God. So I'm sorry, folks. The last part of this was he had a stopwatch and now you can do an experiment. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. It's beyond non sequitur. Go ahead.
James Mays, he said hello to the panel with $2 super chat, but he already gave you a $20 super chat earlier with everything sounds good in YouTube.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks,
Precious.
James. Good to have him with us too. James is a busy man. Sometimes he can catch us, other times he can't live. So thanks. Appreciate it, James. Let me rewind this because I don't want to interrupt it too much. Folks will lose their position, so I'll let it roll.
Because the Earth is curved. Using a stopwatch, you can do your own experiment to prove it. Watch the sun set over the ocean or an open plain.
What in the world? Dude!
Told you.
Did, Brian, are you watching this? Am I out of my mind?
Just a Discord thing with me. I didn't hear that part of the video, but I should be able to hear from you on it.
I'm gonna okay, and I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna pull a J. We got to listen to that again because it's so stupid. If you watch the sun, I got to hear it again. Sorry. Is Brian back? Tell me when Brian's back.
I'm here. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna pull a J again. We're gonna go back 10 seconds and run it to this point. Let's roll.
Later. It looks like it's sinking, kind of. That's because the Earth is curved. Using a stopwatch, you can do your own experiment to prove it. Watch the sun set over the ocean or an open plain with
set over the ocean or an open plain. That's not what's in this depiction, you crayon crunching clown. You can't.
What did he mean, open plain?
Yeah, he did. Then he said, yeah, that too. I didn't get to that, but yeah, or when you're all over it. But that's not what this is depicting. Folks, hey, I'll continue.
with a friend.
Well,
if you stand.
What now, Brian?
Well, I was just going to point out that even officially, this is not us just saying this, officially, the horizon is not geometric and not physical, and the sun at the horizon is not the sun. It's the sun mirage in the morning and in the evening.
Correct.
So that means it's the meeting of two optical phenomenon and not a physical sun going down behind the physical horizon.
Correct. That's in their paradigm. That's correct. They're not parroting their own paradigm correctly. You're not parroting the correct stuff from your pseudoscientists. And Brian, just tighten your shot group again.
And while they lay down, each will see the sun cross the horizon at a slightly different time.
What the hell did he just say? Let me go back, folks. Sorry. I kind of missed the beginning of that part. We'll do a J again. Here we go.
An experiment to prove it. Watch the sun set over the ocean or an open plain with a friend. If you stand while they lay down, each will see the sun cross the horizon at a slightly different time.
He's a rocket surgeon.
But that is the thing. You see, this is why you can see that with the sun, but not with the stars. Because the sun that you think is setting, if you're at the base of the Burj du Bois, right, and you go up and you think you see the sunset, and you go up to the top and you think you see the sunset again, like Neil deGrasse Tyson, you're not seeing the sunset. You're seeing the sun mirage.
Oh,
you're
correct.
not seeing the sunset.
Correct.
So
yeah,
this
you
thing
already.
about lying down is. Yeah, go on.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish up, Brian.
I'm just saying this thing about how you go down low and then you go up high and you see two different sunsets. No, you see the sun mirage twice, not a sunset, not even once.
Now, Brian, that's a nice angle. That's why I like people thinking on different positions and angles. My position would have been, and that, Brian is absolutely correct. My position is, well, the acuteness of the angle when somebody's laying down and looking out towards the horizon, that angle is so acute that you're going to lose it. You're going to lose anything within that. When you stand up or raise your elevation, that's going to open up that angle so you can discern what's in it. It's just that simple. This guy's a dork. Look at him.
Yeah, that's an element of
The
it.
Greeks-
But as we all know, they have to remove optics.
Yes. This is just grade school level remedial retard stuff, folks.
While they lay down, each will see the sun cross the horizon at a slightly different time. The
Yeah, and we already explained that. So the Greeks
Greeks first realized this 2,500 years ago, and
the nameless, faceless Greeks then, I can't wait for this, realized this over 2,500 years ago? That's an argument to age fallacy. And I'd like to say again?
Did they have any horizon geometry claims, or was it just about what the sun is doing?
I don't know. I'd like to see some primary documentation about these nameless, faceless Greeks. That's what I want to see. I'm sure he's going to provide that. I'm sure he's going to provide it real quick here. You had something, Brian?
Yeah, all these nameless, faceless Greeks, they all have a wiki page.
They all got a wiki.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Let's see where he goes with this. Friggin' dork.
spent hundreds of years attempting to explain it. First,
attempting to explain what? You're right, Arwen. I can't go 15 seconds without stopping it. He just keeps train wrecking himself.
I told you.
Yeah. Explain what?
It's
What is
really it's real super compacted numpty.
It's a concentrated numpty. What the hell are you talking about? Number one, what are you explaining? Number two, we don't give a shit about explanations. Anyone see what he's saying with explanation, folks? That's code for just so stories. We don't care what people, ancient people, any people have explained. We need the demonstration of our reality, not fairy tale stories. You clueless clown.
First, mathematician Pythagoras looked at the moon.
What did he say, Pythagoras? We'll go back.
Yeah, he did.
Here we go.
Spent hundreds of years attempting to explain it. First, mathematician Pythagoras looked.
Yes, he did, folks. This is Pythagoras.
Oh my god.
Pythagoras. Pythagoras. Pythagoras.
I'll tell you what, this is a gem. I couldn't pick the better one, could I? You guys are all that in a bag of chips out there in Master D. Thanks for this.
No, this is very good.
Yes, it is.
The moon and discovered a curve in the line dividing the light from the shadow on its surface.
What? Pythagoras discovered. Hold on a second. I'm going back, folks. We're going to pull a J. I want the whole thing.
Spent hundreds of years attempting to explain it. First, mathematician Pythagoras looked at the moon and discovered a curve in the line dividing the light from the shadow on its surface.
What in the world is he talking about? I'm going to need some primary documentation from Pythagoras. Number one.
He's talking about the moon phases. Ooh, and this guy is presupposing that Pythagoras thought that they were some geometric shadow thingy, basically.
Yeah. And this is really good. And I don't know what he's going for here. Are you saying, sir, that you have to look at the ceiling to figure out what you're walking on? That's what I use. When me and my wife go to a museum or something, some administrative building, when we walk in, all of a sudden, I just reach out to my wife and say, honey, can you please look up at the ceiling? Because I'm not sure what the hell I'm walking on. You doofus! But we're going to need that Pythagoras primary documentation, though, there, you blowtard.
That line's called the terminator. A flat
What line's called the Terminator? I'm called the Terminator. Don't you look at me sideways either. The next time, it's going to be your ass.
moon would have a straight line.
Flat moon? What the hell is he talking about the moon for?
Because he's now presupposing how the moon is a sphere, and that would explain the shadows on the moon. He's doing Pythagorean geometry.
Geometry. Anyone else get... He is so... It's so disjointed and disconnected. You got continuity errors here, sunshine. You bearded blowtard.
The only explanation? The moon must be a sphere.
The only explanation.
I told you.
This is non sequitur, folks. It's non sequitur fairy tale stories giving us a conclusion based on nothing.
Definitely not ascribed to Pythagoras. So he's literally making this shit up.
Yeah, but it is prescribed by Pythagoras.
Sometime later,
Uh-oh, we got another one. This isn't Pythagoras. I can tell by the photo here. Let's see who this is.
Anaxagoras, while watching...
Did he say Anaxagoras? I think... Let me go back, folks. Sorry. Here we go.
Explanation? The moon must be a sphere.
Yeah, and Penelope Pitts was Bruce Lee's grandfather. Okay, I'm going to have to go back again. Sorry, folks. I couldn't help myself. Here we go.
Moon would have a straight line. The only explanation? The moon must be a sphere. Sometime later, Anaxagoras, while watching the...
That's what I thought. Anaxagoras. You know, I haven't heard too much. I know the name, but this is the first time. Have you guys heard of this guy?
Never heard of it. What is it?
Is
he mispronouncing it?
Go ahead. Anyone out there?
I have never heard of him before, this character before.
I've heard the name before, but not in this context, not with Flat Earth or anything. So this is the first. Boy, at least he gives us something new. Okay, let's hear what he did.
The moon during an eclipse, realized the shadow...
Sorry, folks, I got to go back because he's going too fast. Here we go. Let's see what Anaxagoras did.
Sometime later, Anaxagoras, while watching the moon during an eclipse, realized the shadow covering the moon, that must be coming from the Earth. And
what? How? What? Who? What? When? Where? Why? And how? How did he know that? He just guessed? Do you think guesses are validated explanations, Goober?
Oh, he realized it. He just realized. He just knew.
He just knew.
The
Just real.
presupposition fit, so he knew.
Arwen's all over this stuff. He just knew it. That's a serious look right there. Don't you do it.
And that shadow was definitely curved.
The shadows are now curved. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, just saying, like, this is all based on there being a shadow. Who validated it was a shadow of something?
Yep.
This is the thing, you know. We're going back to a time when all they had was just their eyes. Same as I have out the back garden here. Right? I can't tell you what the star I'm looking at in the sky is. I have no idea. It's just a light.
Yep.
Can't tell you what the moon is. Just off my eyes alone. And even with good optics, I can't tell you. Actually, with good optics, I can tell you it's not. Some of them don't seem to be what they're saying.
Yep. Can somebody look up, while we're continuing this, in what time frame was Anaxagoras? Yeah, I think this guy was pretty far back there. I don't know if he was before Pythagoras, but this is a little old.
No, I think he's from probably much later.
Is he? Okay, somebody look that up and just for FYI. That's all. Let's continue with this goober.
So the Earth must be round. And
there he goes again. The Earth must be round and flat aren't mutually exclusive, Crayon Muncher. You're not proving or disproving anything. You're just making a horse's ass out of yourself. Okay? Sunshine. Unbelievable.
Still later, in about 350 BC...
I know that guy. Who can guess who that is without me saying anything?
Oh, that's Eratosthenes.
That is not Eratosthenes right here. Who is it?
Oh, Aristotle.
Aristotle. You were close. Yeah. We'll continue. Okay, what did Aristotle do?
Aristotle noted that star constellations that were visible in Greece were hidden beyond the horizon in Egypt. His
So what? So
We're hidden beyond the horizon. Well, that's fair enough.
yeah, that's yeah, and so what does that mean? And I'm going to need some primary documentation for that stuff. I assume that you could provide that, but would still like to see it. And what is the significance? Because when I move from point A, when I'm observing something at point A, right, and I move to point B further away, let's say I'm going south in this particular example. There's some type of proof of some that I see different things in the sky when I move closer to them. It's not making any sense. What's that proof of? Nothing. Maybe he's going to get to it. Sorry.
His conclusion, yet again, was the Earth must be a sphere. Just
what his conclusion from?
He didn't give anything.
He said stars are
Just
hidden
on us. Just
beyond the
must be
horizon.
a
I think it
sphere.
was. He didn't say behind the horizon, but he means behind the horizon. Nobody has seen a star go down behind the horizon.
Yep.
They don't do that. They get close to it, and then they slow down, and then they kind of just saunter off.
Saunter.
They don't go behind that.
I like the saunter off. Saunter. I like that fucking word. Somebody look that up
that's what
too.
they do.
I think Brian used that out of context. Saunter, I want the spelling and the definition of it after we're done. It's not going to take all that much longer. But this is a non sequitur conclusion from the premise. It's as simple as that. This guy's a goober.
Just like the moon.
Well, it all
Sidebar.
goes.
Go ahead, Brian.
Just very quickly, it all goes back to their beliefs. Because they believe the sun is a star, and the stars are suns of different degrees or whatever. So, because there's supposed to be lots of solar systems out there, let's just say. So, because they think or thought for a long time that they were seeing a physical sun go down behind a physical horizon, that meant that all the stars were going down behind this supposed physical horizon. Just like the star they know of, which is the sun. But the sun is not doing that. The horizon is not physical. The sun is not going down behind it. It's the sun mirage meeting the non-physical horizon. And the stars, when you watch them, don't do that. They don't go down behind the horizon. So they just have everything wrong. That's the only way you could describe what they say.
Yeah, and what was his name? Anaxagoras or whatever.
Anaxagoras.
Anaxagoras or whatever.
Anaxasaurus.
He's the one who is accredited with figuring out the sun is a fiery rock.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's where I've heard of that numpty before. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. So we got Pythagoras, Anaxasaurus, and he's into proving a non sequitur. Good luck.
Notice humanity knew the Earth was round 1,800 years.
What? Humanity knew the Earth was. Did he say round? Sorry, folks.
Yes, he did.
A sphere, just like the moon. Sidebar. Notice humanity.
No, a full bar. More like foobar. That's what you are, foobar. God, this guy's stupid.
He knew the Earth was round 1,800 years before 1492 when Columbus.
Wait a second. What? Oh my God, I got to do it again. Sorry, folks. We got to hear that again. Let's do it, Jay.
I bet you can't do it for like 5 seconds.
I'm not taking the bet.
In Egypt. His conclusion, yet again, was the Earth must be a sphere, just like the moon. Sidebar. Notice humanity knew the Earth was round 1,800 years before 1492 when.
Humanity knew that the Earth was round 1,800 years before 1492. What the hell? Dude. Number one, you're back on the round thing. Round and flat aren't mutually exclusive. You don't know what humanity did or didn't at any point in time. Number two, that might be number three. Number three or number four, you're a clueless clown. This is argument to age fallacy. There's no cowbell here. That's the problem. You lack cowbell. You need to get a cowbell on your shirt and put the PSI underneath that. You're a goober.
Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Just debunking some grade school crap. Don't worry.
You couldn't debunk a soup sandwich. This is a clown show. This is embarrassing.
about it.
Yeah,
Once these great...
Go ahead, Brian.
Just as a quick small side note, I remember looking back years ago to see when the first globe turned up. And the very first globe was this really, really, really basic looking leather, brown leather ball from 1492. Now they've changed it to being, now if you look at it now, it's still 1492, but it's a much more elaborate thing. So they changed it from 2016 to 2019. Let's just say they made it more elaborate. They took away the original, what was supposed to be the original first ever globe, right? But before 1492, there is no globe.
Interesting.
So it just happens that only in 1492, when Columbus supposedly sailed across the Atlantic, that was the first year that a globe turned up. Yet 1800 years before that, they knew it was a globe, according to this guy.
According to this goober, right? Good point, Brian. Thank you.
Great thinkers realized the Earth was curved.
Great thinkers. This isn't a thing that's not a formula to be solved. It's the nature of our reality. You're in another category here. This is so doofus. I'm having a hard time continuing now because it's starting to agitate me. Goober.
Curved. They wanted to prove it. A Greek astronomer named Eratosthenes figured it out.
What?
Eratosthenes? What?
We got Pythagoras and Oxysaurus and now Eratosthenes.
I'll say it right, Pythagoras.
OMG, dude. Oh, man. I can't believe it. Let's go back. Got to hear that again. Now let it roll.
It's comedy gold.
This is like it's like a video game. Like you have to sit through it, the whole thing from beginning to end, without being compelled to interrupt it, Huey.
I can't.
And until you do, you have to keep replaying it.
I can't do that, Arwen. All right, here we go.
Realized the Earth was curved. They wanted to prove it. A Greek astronomer named Eratosthenes figured it out. On the summer solstice...
He figured it out. Eratosthenes. Okay, here we go. Brian's got a weather eyebrow raised. He's ready to pounce.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Reaches a peak at the top of the sky. Eratosthenes went to 2 distant locations in Egypt on the solstice and...
How can he go to 2 different locations on the solstice and not split himself in half? So he's train wrecked himself already, right here. This is really stupid. What's he gonna do now? You know, because I'm just anticipating this because this guy's a crayon muncher. Is it gonna be sticks? Is it gonna be a well and a stick? Is it gonna be obelisk? What's it gonna take your guess, everyone out there. Just do it rhetorically. You know why? Because these crayon munchers, they just make shit. Because the story is made up to begin with. No one's got the same story. There's continuity errors everywhere. But I want to. It's got to be something stupid. I'll continue.
Measured shadows cast by tall towers in.
I don't think I anticipated. Now it's the 2 towers. What the hell is this? Where's Gandalf? Unbelievable, dude.
Well, you know the guilty can never keep their story straight.
It's also nice of him to keep it all autographic like that.
Yeah, that is very nice. Arwen, good job. Boy, he's fucked this up already. Eric, who is it? Who is it again?
Rastafarian.
Rastafarians.
Eratosthenes. That's what he said. Eratosthenes.
All right, here we go.
He can't even say the names of the people who is supposed to be his primary source evidence, isn't it?
He might be a little dyslexic with names.
That's not. He's not saying them backwards. All right, let's go back because we've ruined this. Sorry. What a goober.
on the solstice and measured shadows cast by tall towers in each place. Then, using some geometry, he could calculate the curvature of the Earth.
Wait a second. Just using some some geometry? What's this geometry? What? God, give us that some geometry that he used. I bet you used elevation angles. I'll guarantee you that shit. Number one, he used elevation angles. Number two, listen, folks. Say what he said. Was it Eratosthenes? Eratosthenes. We could probably make a pretty positive statement that this gentleman never existed. There's no primary source documentation anywhere. Number one. Number two, even if he did exist, he would have to assume, and Brian, he's all over this. I know he's chomping at the bit. But he's making a lot of assumptions here that you got a close sun, or a faraway sun with only parallel rays when all we observe is divergent rays. You got that thing. I already said elevation angles. You have a problem with him being in two places at one time with Goober here because he has no idea what he's talking about. There's about 3 more assumptions in here. This is a total cluster gaggle of megalithic proportions, and I'm going to continue and not let Brian say anything.
Between those two places. From there...
Go ahead, Brian. I know you wanted to say something good.
No, actually, what I'm going to say is a little bit different from what maybe you're expecting. Is that he got the claims wrong. It's the equinox, as far as I know, is when it happened. Because the sun was going directly over the equator, so there was no shadow. And he said he measured the shadows of 2 towers. There was no shadow. There was one tower, one obelisk, supposedly, and a well. There was no shadow in the well. That's the point. You know what I mean? There was a shadow for the obelisk in Alexandria, but there was no shadow in the well in Siam.
Well,
that's the whole point of it.
Well, he doesn't know there's even a well there, Brian. All right, here we go.
He could extrapolate how many degrees around...
He's extrapolating degrees from what? From some geometry, right?
From a presupposition of the Earth being spherical.
No, he's extrapolating from some geometry. Yeah, in essence, yes, Arwen. Yeah, but to be literal, he's extrapolating from some geometry this guy is clearly clueless of.
Around the circle of the Earth, he had moved.
Around the circle of the Earth. Do you know what a circle is? Do we have to go back to ABCs with this guy too? On your next live stream.
Sorry, he's thinking in autographic view again, right? That's why he used that diagram. So then it's much easier to just think of it as a circle.
I don't know.
What?
Go ahead.
Well, he's using it. He doesn't know. He doesn't understand. He doesn't understand the claim of Eratosthenes. Eratosthenes measured horizontal plane. He used an elevation angle. That's a horizontal baseline between Alexandria and Siam, right? That was his 7.24 zenith angle. Came from the elevation angle. That's where it came from. Now, Eratosthenes, as they know, right, whether he existed or didn't exist, the claim has to be it's about shadows, because they have to make it about shadows. And so, for these shadows to work, for the shadows we see in reality to work, their sun must be really big and far away, and a certain size and a certain distance, so it matches the length of the longitude lines. So they can then claim this certain amount of the longitude line, and at this arc would fit those shadows if the sun was this big and this far away. So it's like if 40 times their model.
their model that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
If 40 times. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Ultimately revealing the circumference and diameter of the whole planet.
The whole planet. Awesome. What a goober.
Dang, Rasta.
Dang, oh God, I gotta...
Wow.
Wait a second. You know I got to go back. Sorry to interrupt that, folks. I'll just let him go.
Circumference and diameter of the whole planet. Dang, Eratosthenes.
What the hell, man?
I like this guy.
What the hell is wrong with this guy? He's like
Dang,
super name dyslexic, and he actually believes that's his name. Like, What the hell, man?
Somebody's got to parrot that Monday. Yeah, I'll do it again so you guys get it.
I'm pretty sure he didn't proofread like this setup with like somebody else.
Circumference and
Pointed out like, what?
Let's go back a little bit further.
Eratosthenes?
Yeah, here we go. Gotta hear it again.
around the
Pythagoreans?
circle of
Here we go.
the Earth he had moved, ultimately revealing the circumference and diameter of the whole planet. Dang, Eratosthenes. Thanks to all the
I can't stop doing it.
This guy is the worst. He hasn't got it right.
You know I'm doing it again.
circumference and diameter of the whole planet. Dang, Eratosthenes.
He's really into it.
Oh my God, man. Dude.
He's really hip and cool with the young people, you know. They're really.
That I'll tell you what. That part right there, folks, was worth every bit of me doing this video. Do it again.
The circumference and diameter of the whole planet. Dang, Eratosthenes.
Are you watching him do it?
And replay it, please. Half speed replay.
No, I can't do it half speed. Are you guys watching the look on his face, though? It's not just what he's saying. Let's do it again. Do it again, Daddy.
The circumference and diameter of the whole planet. Dang, Eratosthenes. Thanks to all these ancient
Hey, we gotta be so cool.
Oh shit.
Oh man. Okay, I'm not gonna do it again. Whenever, you know what? I'm gonna save this. I'm saving this video. Whenever I get down, whether you're just not having a good day, that part's playing. I'm sorry. I need that. Thank you very much. Here we go. I'm not gonna do it again. Hey, make sure. Don't forget this, man. Monday. You got to do it. Nathan's show. Here we go. We don't got too much longer. We almost made it through halfway. Took us an hour.
humans, we know the Earth is just a bit over 40,000 kilometers around the poles.
How do we know that? And define poles. Right?
Which is also supported by modern observations.
Supported by modern.
Modern.
How do you observe a pole?
Did we observe it differently years ago?
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, it's modern observations. It's with new eyes. What a clown, man. Here we go.
And knowing that, we can determine how far the horizon is from you at any given point. Which
Oh, really? How do we... This is... Okay. All right. Dang, Eratosthenes. Here we go.
changes depending on
Stop laughing. We got to be able to listen to this. Let me go back. All right, here we go.
we can determine how far the horizon is from you at any given point, which changes depending on how high above sea level you are.
Oh, my God. You just... Oh, he is so stupid. He just destroyed his point. Back with the laying down and the standing up and seeing the sun go down at different times. He doesn't really... You just debunked yourself. You fucking bozo. He doesn't even realize it. Look at him. Unbelievable. All right, let's continue.
The Earth is curved. And
Yeah, and Anna Nicole married for love, and Pol Pot was her florist.
we know it. In the end, the problem is flat earthers don't trust
Stereotype fallacy. Now, remember what I always say. When people make stereotype fallacies, what's coming next? It's either a baseless assertion fallacy or a straw man or both. Let's see what he does.
science. When the flat
Wait, let's go back, folks. A little chopped up a little bit here. Let's do that again. Here we go.
and we know it. In the end,
What? Go on mute. Here we go.
the problem is flat earthers don't trust science. When the
The problem is flat earthers don't trust science. Well, number one, Crown Muncher, this has nothing to do with science. You're in a category error. We're talking about geometry here. So you're a moron. There's your stereo. That was a baseless assertion fallacy and a straw man and a non sequitur. So you had you have the trifecta here, idiot.
The Flat Earth Society was founded in the mid.
Who gives a shit about the Flat Earth Society? I'm a flat earther. I don't have anything to do with any Flat Earth Society horse shit. So we got another straw man here. You're a doofus.
1920s, the idea was that observation trumps all.
Whose observation trumps all? Like beach balls? Does observations trump beach balls? Is that what you're saying? What the hell kind of statement is that? Does anyone know what the hell he's talking about?
No, I have not a clue what he's talking about.
I don't.
I mean, measurements would be handy as well, I'm sure.
Yeah, but
Not
you.
just observation.
Yeah, but you'd look at those damn things. That's an observation, right?
Means observation trumps science and everything else.
All right.
No, in all fairness,
How do you do
in all-
science without observation? Sorry.
in all fairness, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
You think that's being fair? Oh
Yeah,
boy.
yeah, he has no idea what he's saying. He's just reading off cue cards at this point. I think he's a moron.
That's
This
true.
is
They're
called
only
the
looking for charismatic characters to be the next Bill Nye or the fucking hip hop dead ass Tyson. Yeah, they're all just looking for that kind of character, not someone who understands anything about science.
Dang, Erostathines.
Mid-1920s, the idea was that observation trumps all. This is called the Zetetic philosophy.
Zetetic philosophy. Somebody look that up. Don't
He's
do
mixing up flat earth stuff now.
Say again?
He's mixing stuff up now. He's going into robotism stuff and mixing that up with the flat earth, the current day flat earth society. He doesn't understand he hasn't done any homework. Look, I don't even know why I'm critiquing the way. He doesn't think, like, he can't even say Eratosthenes. I nearly said Eratosthenes.
So he's clearly not spoken to somebody
He
else.
doesn't know what he's talking about. This is the worst. Well, look, he is a baller from 2015, so.
I have a definition.
Of Zetetic philosophy? Go ahead.
Yes. It says. I lost it. Sorry.
That's okay.
Freaking phone.
That's all right. We'll continue.
Many skeptics believe the same. You can see it all over the internet. If the Earth looks flat, it must be flat. And often these skeptics cry, "Prove me wrong."
If it looks flat, if it's measured flat, and if it's navigated flat, that some bitch is flat. Sunshine.
Synthetic norms and norms that guide and regulate our pursuit of knowledge and other epistemic goods.
That was really helpful. Thank you.
That's what it says.
Okay, thanks.
Only trust your own observations. The funny
Who says only trust your own observations? Who said that?
People that try to make you paranoid.
This is incredibly stupid.
thing about that argument is that it was
That's not an argument. That's something you just conjured. It's horseshit. That doesn't connect anything with any other thing. This is nonsense from an adult. I'm using that term loosely. They're trance or chance or whatever the hell your name. What the hell was his name?
Like, he's scattergunning blanks right now.
Yeah.
Observation.
Just quickly, what he said a minute ago about only that's a straw man. That flat earthers say only trust your own observations. No, I remember 2015. No flat earther was saying that. That's why he's trying to straw man.
Yeah.
What was said was you can make your own observations and prove to yourself that you're going to see further. At the time, it was a see too far argument. You're going to see further than you would be able if we were living on a globe of 3,959 miles. That's what people are saying. Not only trust your own observations. So that's like me saying, I only trust what I can see. I mean,
right. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not going to work.
Yeah.
Right.
Not what NASA says.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I'm saying he's doing it like trust your own observations, saying that flat earthers are so dumb as to limit their observations to what their eyes can see, and they don't know anything about geometry, and they don't know anything about, they don't use any instruments. They're just naked in the field, looking up with the mouth agape, pointing at the moon, saying "Big Boy," and like that's what they're saying observations based on that. Even though, what can we trust other than our observations? Our biases and all will always come into it. So he's just being an ass.
Dang,
A quick question.
Eratosthenes.
Well said.
A quick question about that is, what is questions trust questions?
Correct. Good point.
Well,
Only-
Go ahead,
he's
Brian.
Very quickly, he's after contradicting himself with two different statements. Because first he said that scientists or the flat earthers don't trust science, and then he said flat earthers say only trust your own observations. Well, that means they're making observations. You can't do science without an observing of
Exactly.
a natural phenomenon.
You got it.
So all you would be doing if you took what he just said, what would be happening is they'd be observing something and doing experiments based off of their own observed phenomenon, which would be the opposite. If you know what I mean, if we back engineer it, he's after debunking himself 4 times.
Oh, this is a big strawberry, man. I'm not going to play this when I bite into it because he's going to say something stupid, and I'm going to have to remark on it. So just 1 second.
Yeah, but he's trying to build the illusion that there's an argument to be had by making it a trust category instead of a what is. And that's irritating after a while, because it's not a question of whether you believe something. It's just, what is this thing we're looking at?
Damn, John.
Good point, John. Thank you very much. That was just about enough time for me to snuff those last 2 strawberries. Appreciate it. Here we go.
Trust your own observations. The funny thing about that argument is that it was observation that showed us the Earth's curvature in the first place.
Really? Where's that at? That's what we've been waiting for. Is he going to show it? Let's see if he might show it. Let's see.
Pythagoras observed that shadow line across the moon.
You're back to your shadow lines again?
Observed.
What the hell is going on out here? I thought he was going to prove or show us the curve. Isn't that what he just said? Let's go back.
Earth's curvature in the first place.
Okay, we got to go back a little farther. All right, here we go. Listen up, folks.
About that argument is that it was observation that showed us the Earth's curvature in the first place.
Okay, so observation that showed us the Earth's curvature in the first place. Now he should, as evidenced by the observation, right? That's what you would expect. Here we go.
The boat going over the horizon, right? He already said it.
Well, he should probably. Apparently this was a separate curvature observation.
Oh.
Hold on a second. Cat's bothering me. 1 second. All right, I'm back. Here we go. Had to close the door on him.
Pythagoras observed that.
He said it again.
Dang, Eratosthenes. Oh, my God.
Shadow line across the moon. Countless people have observed ships sailing underneath the horizon.
Now ships are sailing underneath the horizon. I'd like to see that. This guy, what the hell is this? Right here.
He just said.
Go ahead.
Sorry, he just said thousands of people have observed ships sailing underneath the horizon. I mean, if he was going to go all the way, he should have said millions at least. Because there's like 6 billion people here. I mean, surely millions have observed it, not just a few thousand.
My word, man.
And I've observed ships sailing above the horizon.
Have you?
Yeah, I got a video on my channel about that.
Yeah. Anyone see him go underneath there?
Underneath? Not so much.
All right,
I did.
Yeah, I did. Thanks, John.
Well, I'm just saying, when somebody fired a missile or a torpedo and it hit the ship and it was right there on the horizon or a little bit past, and then they sunk that ship below surface level.
We got a wise guy here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Here we go.
To mention the fact that we've gone to space and observed a very
Oh, no. None of this we French shit. You're not French. No, we haven't gone to space. The vacuum of space out here. You see this black stuff? See, this is a vacuum. This is the second law of thermodynamics violation. Why? Because the black stuff has a problem. Because there's blue stuff. You see this blue stuff in here? And this white stuff? Yeah, that wouldn't be there if there was this black stuff. You crayon crunching clown. This is a second law of thermodynamics violation. This is not a photograph. This is a bunch of horse shit. Thanks for, hopefully he's going to round up. Oh, maybe not. Maybe he's got some more. We'll see.
I bet he's
Very
ate
spherical.
plenty of space cake, though.
Yeah.
Earth from above. And if you don't believe all of those scientists and
Believe all of what scientists? The Pythagoras? And dang, Eratosthenes. No, I knew I'd screw it up. Dang, Eratosthenes.
Erastophanes.
I don't know. And who was the other?
Pythagoras?
Anaxagoras or
Pythagoras?
Anaxasaurus or whatever he is. Those aren't science. There's no scientist. What are you talking about? This is a category error, and it's not science anyway. It's geometry. And where are these scientists at? I haven't seen a single scientist on here, or you reference one. You crayon crunching clown.
government
Well,
people
he
for some
mentioned
reason.
Pythagoras and Erastophanes.
They're not scientists, and he just meant government people. What the hell is wrong with you? Let's go back. Sorry, Arwen. You rumpused him. Let's see what he says.
From above. And if you don't believe all of those scientists and government people for some
Government people? Where the hell did government people come into this discussion? Just, I don't know. You know what? I shouldn't even ask. I know better. Let's just continue.
reason, go make your own observation. Climb a mountain. Watch a ship sail over the horizon.
Now they're sailing over the horizon. We've climbed the mountain. We watched the ship. I thought they went underneath the horizon.
That's what I heard underneath.
So you got some continuity errors there, PSI.
Watch the sunset with a friend flying.
Watch the sunset. Listen, sunset and sunrise are rhetorical. It's rhetorical language. They're rhetorical devices. The sun doesn't rise or set on a sphere-tard or flat Earth. So you're a clown.
Fly in an airplane and behold.
Go fly in an airplane. Yeah, that's what you want to do. That's exactly what you want to do. And then try to explain to us how that plane is not negotiating the curvature underneath its wings. So we're going to, that's all I'll say with that, Brian. We don't want to go into that. Just go to my website. We already went over this a couple weeks ago for the 1835th time, but this guy's a clown. Hopefully this is going to end soon.
Behold an inarguably spherical Earth.
You're a goober.
Your
It's
move,
inarguable.
Oh, he said something. Hold on a second. I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead. Say it.
I'm sorry. I'm saying he said it. It's inarguable. Don't waste your time anymore. It's done. Close up shop. Bye.
All right.
He's
Okay,
an
he said it.
inarguable goober.
He's going to say something. He's going to say something else here. I think it's going to be one of those quote things. I think. I just heard a nibble of it. Let's hear what he says.
Airplane and behold an inarguably spherical Earth. Your move, Bob.
Our move, Bob. Look at him.
Did he say inarguably?
Yeah, and then he said, "Your move, Bob." Oh boy! I'll tell you what, you're funny some bitch. You, I'll give you that. You got a vocation. It's called comedy or a carnival tent. Either one. This was hilarious. Thank you very much. Hopefully this got a little bit of time. What the hell are you gonna? What the hell is this? All right, let's see.
Conspiracy theories are just the best.
Oh God, Neil. Oh man, conspiracy theories are the best. Huh? Well, the actual conspiracy, and it's not a theory. The actual conspiracy is the heliocentric ball-tard spinning space monkey religion, that which you're under. There, fag boy. So where's he going with this? It's bound to be stupid.
Best, aren't they? Have you ever wondered why people love 9/11 conspiracy?
Oh, brother. Is this the end of it? Is he going to say anything? Let's let him play. I'll play it out.
Or why we're so obsessed with the Illuminati, or which conspiracy theories might actually be true? Check out Test Tube Plus, my other show. We talk about that for a whole week.
That should be good. You didn't even get the names right.
Dang, Rastafarians.
Rastafarians. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Rastafarians.
Yeah. I think he's...
Rastafari? Damn, Rastafari.
Anaxosaurus look at him through Pythagoreans. I think this looks like it's coming to a outro. I think we're done. I'll let it play for a couple minutes.
We covered all of those topics and more. Check it out. The thing about 9/11 though is we didn't expect it to happen, so there was a lot of
Okay, that's it. Let's see what else he's got. I'm gonna fast forward.
Other planes in the air, some people said. There were car bombs, said. Let us know down in the comments.
All right,
back
that's
here every
it.
day.
That's it, folks. There you go. So make sure you give him a shout out. Tell him we went over this video here, and we'll leave it rest at that. This was hilarious. Thank you for such an enjoyable Saturday. I wasn't prepared for this, but you know it always works out in the end. I appreciate that. Here's the goober again for you. Make sure you subscribe.
One more dang for the road.
Yeah.
Woo, that was good.
That was amazing. I mean,
Yep.
does he do
Nate
that
missed
often?
out on that one.
Does he do party?
I'm always kind of curious as to his conspiracy theory channel to see if he gets the names wrong of those subjects as well.
Dang, a Rastafarians.
She's got it. Your move, Bob.
And that smug face on him. But this is Ball Jitsu 101. This is the ultimate Ball Jitsu. Not knowing what they're talking about, being smug about it, not understanding when they're corrected, not understanding the correction, like, just kind of starry-eyed.
Yeah, this is so good. I am just chuffed to have gone live today. We would have missed out on this. Unbelievable. We may do this more often. It would have to be a short video, right? Because I tend to be a little bit long-winded. If they're really stupid, then it takes a really long time to get through it. But this one was so short. I'm going to go search out who put this in, Master D. Find out who put this in there. Go ahead, Arwen. We got to give him a shout out. I could always do it after the show. I think I'm going to go find out.
I'm looking for it.
Okay.
But,
All right.
hold
Fair
on.
enough. Oh, boy.
I still think you could do a whole show on prepositions and the use of words after watching that, because that was like inarguably the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
But it was worth it, man. It was worth it. There's so many one-liners in this. I might go back and watch it. Like I said, I'm going to save the video for, when you're feeling down, you're just not, it's just not a good day. This is what this is like a shot in the arm, man. Yeah.
Is it labeled a comedy and entertainment? Because that's the only thing it should be labeled.
All right, let me check it. Hold on. Where would it have that at, John?
When was this thing posted? When?
It's in
It
there.
should be in the information of the video.
No, Arwen's asking where's it. It's in Master D. It should have, guys. I snatched it last night. So I don't know, Arwen. I'm gonna have to go look through it. It should be in the description. John, is that what you said?
I think it's 10th Man did it.
Yep.
I think it was 10th Man. It was this guy's called Mysterious Discoveries.
No, this is Seeker. Here, I'll put it.
I'm wrong then.
The channel name is Seeker. S is in Sierra, E Echo Echo, K is in Kilo, E again as in Echo, and R as in Romeo. Seeker. And the title is How We Know the Earth Isn't Flat.
Is that the Discovery Channel logo behind them? With the globe?
No, that's not the one, I think.
It has a D. Here, let me pull it back up again. I don't know.
Yeah,
I haven't watched Discovery Channel. They may have changed their logo. Hold on a second. I'll show it to everyone and on the live stream. You guys are seeing it too, still, right? The D right here with the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Discovery News.
So many globes in just this one image.
Is that Discovery News? Is that their
Discovery News logo?
Huh? There you go. Learn something new every day. Yep. Okay. I'm still sharing, ain't I? So I can stop that. You guys don't need to see that anymore. Dang, Erasthenes!
Erasthenes.
Oh, I'm sorry, Erasthenes. Oh, stop streaming. Yes, we're gonna stop. All right, listen.
I can't find.
Go ahead, Brian.
I'm just saying I can't find it, but I do remember seeing it, and I think it was Michael Kahn. I think.
Now, was it? Now, did I grab it? I said it was Master D. It may not have been. Maybe I was in another. It was in Skype. That's for sure. So it might not have been there. It might have been in. You guys, we frequent the same Skype group, so it's in one of those, man. That's what. I just didn't grab it out of thin air. I seen it. I grabbed it, and that was it.
Can you just repost it? I really can't find it.
Do you want me to post? Let me post. Do you want to post it in YouTube chat? Would that be okay?
Anywhere. I don't know. I don't know what video I'm looking for.
All right, hold up. I'll just go ahead and post it directly into. How about
In the
Master
Discord.
D?
Or in the Discord?
I'll put in Master D.
Okay.
There you go. Got a missed call from Brian. Too funny, man.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, no, yeah, I bet you are sorry about that. So listen, I don't think we can get any better than this, and we've been going for 2 hours and 30 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Retro Bill, another super chat. I got it. Look out, Derek the Doofus has a brand new video discussing abiogenesis with two giants in the field, Aaron Ra and Professor Dave. I guess that probably could surpass. I don't think it could surpass this one, Retro Bill. I really don't. But thanks for the super chat. Go ahead, Arwen.
Yeah, I found it's in FED back office.
So I got it in FED.
And Michael Kahn did post it.
Gotcha.
Indeed.
Sorry about that. I gave you erroneous information. That happens. I seen it and I grabbed it and I forgot where the source was. So cool. So Michael Kahn, shout out to you, sir. That is friggin' hilarious. All right. Like I said, we're gonna finish things up because it ain't gonna get any better than that, folks. It's just not. So when you gotta leave when you're on top. Shout out to Betty. So listen, Brian, I'm gonna put you on the spot. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Brian, take us home, sir.
Okay, thanks to everyone on the live stream and in Discord for watching. It was very enjoyable. And we hope to see you back here again. And thanks to Quantum Eraser for putting the show on.